Morning, everybody. I'm happy to have this joint event between K4I and the European Internet Forum. Digitalization and innovation are mutual drivers, and I think we will have to work even closer together in the future. Financing of innovation, of research. In our upcoming summit in December, we will intensively discuss financing of innovation. One of our MEPs, Cora van Neuhuizen, she's very much interested in hosting an event on financing, so we will have a big discussion there also. Today I would like to speak about two tools that we developed before the background that more than half of the hits that go to the Europa server, it's according to an answer from President Juncker to a question from the European Parliament, more than half of the hits of the 16 million hits per month go after funding. As you all know, there are many search tools, many portals where you can find information, but it is still quite cumbersome to go through this, what we all know as EU jungle. So we developed two tools. One is EU funding trends, a news and events portal. On this portal you will find information related to funding, but not only to the EU funding programs, but also to the European Fund for Strategic Investment, structural funds, about EU budget. So it's very broad, the topics that we cover there. Can you type in the search once digital or something? So it has a full search functionality. It is tagged so that the programs, the news, and the events are all linked together. You can search by topic, by sector, and so on. And you will be surprised. I mean, it's only up and running for 6 weeks, I think now, or 7 weeks. There are updates, news, twice a day. We update it, so the database obviously will fill up quickly. But already today you can find a lot of information there. I'm tempted to say give me a term for searching, but put once in leasing. Yeah, to lease a car. So, do we get a result? So, there are obviously very few people that would know that leasing is an instrument under COSME that can be used, and in fact it is not used. And the reasons why it is not used, well, there is a working group that is sitting on that and trying to find out. But the worst that can happen is that we have instruments and opportunities for funding and nobody knows them and nobody uses them. So this is just a quick example on this news portal. There is also a weekly newsletter that we circulate. But the database of this portal is growing on a daily basis, and I'm sure it will be 1 year from now. You will find almost everything on EU funding there. The other tool we developed is called Your EU Profile. Maybe you can switch to the presentation. Your EU Profile is rather a tool that does an individual match between the EU funding programs, projects, and calls with an individual activity. So it is really meant for the SMEs, for the universities, for all types of beneficiaries that want to find out without spending much resources, maybe in 1 or 2 hours, what is in from EU funding that matches with my individual activity. So what we did, you can take the next. What we did is we analyzed all the text, the legislative text, we analyzed all the work programs, all the calls for proposals, and summarized, made short summaries of every little piece. And this out of all EU centrally managed funding programs. So it's about 30 programs. It's not only Horizon or COSME or ITER or Creative Industries, it's all of them, about 30. So we made of each program, of each component, a short summary and turned it into a question. So we formulated about 2,500 questions. Now, if you, can you go to next? Next. Next. And next. This is a website, by the way. So if you identify yourself in the first step, you say, I'm an SME and I'm interested, then you choose the sector or the activity interested in ICT, then you will get all information from all funding programs in form of short questions related to this initial selection. What is there for SMEs in the ICT sector? So you will get maybe, ICT is a big one, maybe 600-700 short summaries in form of questions relating to your selection of SME and ICT. Then you're walked through it in a systematic way, and you select what you're particularly interested in. You check it, it goes into your basket, and next slide. And in the end, you get your results with all kinds of links of short summaries and even summarized in a PDF. So your EU profile is, and everything that is relevant to you is then available in a printable PDF with links to the documents, to the websites, and so on. If you go to the next slide. So as I explained in the beginning, I should have shown this earlier. So these are the EU funding programs that are centrally managed. So we don't have structural funds, at least not for the moment, in there. But it is all those programs that are managed by Brussels, so to speak. Yeah, that was my short presentation. Thank you very much.